Hello and welcome. This is TV1 News. Thanks for joining us. In this edition, budget lockup deferred, hospital faces closure, and Rimbu lands deal. The 2026 National Budget Press Lockup scheduled for this Thursday, 20th November 2025, has been postponed to Tuesday, 25th November 2025, subsequently affecting the presentation of the budget on the floor of Parliament. This decision was announced by the Treasury Department's 2026 Budget Lockup Coordination Team, citing circumstances beyond their control as the reason for the deferral. Stakeholders and members of the media who were anticipating the original schedule will now need to adjust their plans accordingly. The budget lockup is an event where journalists and other stakeholders are locked up before a government budget is officially presented to the public. Further details regarding the budget presentation and any implications of this delay will be communicated as the new date approaches. Member for Abau and Senior Member of Parliament Sir Pukatemu has blamed the government for the recent shortage of medical supplies in the country. Sir Puka raised these issues in Parliament today.
Member for Abau and Senior Member of Parliament Sir Pukatemu has criticized the government for the ongoing shortage of medical supplies in the country. Addressing the Parliament today, Sir Puka emphasized that this shortage poses a significant risk to public health and highlights deficiencies in the management and distribution of essential medical resources. He called on the government to take immediate action to rectify the situation, arguing that timely access to medical supplies is crucial for healthcare facilities to effectively serve the population.
In my long professional career as a doctor in this beautiful country, and as former Secretary for Health and as former Minister for Health, I have never seen a health situation in this country that we are going through today. It saddens me enormously, and I must say that our health system has broken down.
Sir Puka supported this argument through a public notice put out by a doctor in the Ella Provincial Health Authority. He urged the government to prioritize the procurement and distribution of medical supplies to ensure that hospitals and clinics can meet the needs of their communities.
And this notice is signed by a Dr. Tati, Director of Curative Services of the Ella Provincial Health Authority. The subject was scaling down of clinical services and elective surgery at the Hela Provincial Specialist Hospital. And the reason why he put this notice out, like all other 7 notices that are now finding their way in the Facebook, is there is continuous stock out of drugs and medical consumables at the area medical store in Mount Hagen and a cash flow problem.
Sir Puka's comments reflect growing concerns over the adequacy of the health system, especially in meeting the increasing healthcare demands. Sir Puka further highlights the need for accountability and improved oversight in the health sector to prevent similar shortages in the future.
So somewhere in the system, our people are suffering because this government has failed to manage this essential service. Health is an essential service. And I can tell you, Deputy Speaker, many of our people are dying out there because this system has been made to fail.
Minister for Health Elias Kapavore, when responding, admitted that the government needs to fix the system in the supply of medical drugs throughout the country. However, he said a proper statement will be prepared and tabled in Parliament this week.
Parliament when we kisim tok lo. When was the last public tender go? Now supplies. Purchase orders where Department of Health to make him up now. But lo just lo information lo happening in today. Today yes, me look him. I'll send a letter where we look him. We come along with Director Security of Health where tok lo all shutting down some section long hospital. Sa long emergency department especially. Yes, me fully aware lo letter where come along Dr. Tati, which you refer along in dated 20th of October. I know all those letters. Now we check him all CEOs belong all. Did speak at the moment. We got WhatsApp one them all the CEOs lo PHAs lo country that we communicate every day. Now ask him all what is the problem. Now we check him a CEO blow. Now some blow la letter only no consult on them all CEOs blow. Now put this as home so talk go out. But you know also me play name all fake. I'm all doctors where only work directly on all sick man. Log game all authority, law director of medical security of health, law putting and talks have come out because they're always intact, in contact with patients every day.
Meantime, Parliament resumes tomorrow at 10 a.m. Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
Meanwhile, Minister for Health Helios Kapavore has also admitted that the government is aware of the public notices put out by the hospitals and assured the people that medical supplies will be made available to the respective hospitals.
Just lo talks about country blue public in Kapman, he put him 239 million kilo budget medical supplies lo tisla. To date, information is like kisim 182.3 million kina already dispersed medical supplies. That's remaining a balance of remaining balance of 57 million kina. That's 70% Kapman given. Now update as of 28th of October last month. Immigration talks away as tracking through the AGNM supply system. We got now 5 medical store, area medical stores in the country. But Badili, Isibik, Lowiwek, Hagen, Lo Layet, Lo Kokopo, about 70 to 80% of essential items, totaling up to more than 300 items. 70% of items will you can last him the next 3 months. At the moment, that's happening.
The Nazarene Kudjip Hospital in Jiraka Province has scaled down its services starting yesterday with a timeline set out to December 22nd when it is expected to close its doors indefinitely. In a notice issued yesterday, the hospital management cited lack of funding as the primary reason for the scaling down and eventually the closure on December 22nd.
The leadership team of Nazarene Health Ministries, through a notice yesterday, informed the public of this action, a situation they described as beyond their control. The hospital now needs an emergency funding of 5 million kina to have its doors open until next year, when funding allocations for 2026 are dispersed. For 2025, the hospital management said it has not received the full appropriations, hence the closure. In justifying why 5 million kina is needed, they stated that these 5 million kina represents the deficit at which the Nazarene Hospital management has been operating the hospital this year. They said it will cater for staff salaries, operational expenses and hospital supplies. Areas that contributed to the hospital's costs include the deterioration of the area medical store system, leading to increased spending on medications and consumables to care for patients, and staff salaries remaining as the biggest liability among others. The Nazarene Health Services has been supporting the health staff there because DPM's Alesco payroll system has paid the health workers there at the 2019 levels. It only captures the base salary without any allowances, leaving NHS to shoulder that burden at significant costs. With December 22 set as the date for closure, the hospital will slowly shut down services in this manner. November 17, decline all referrals and no elective surgery services. December 1st, closure of outpatient clinics, accident and emergency and delivery services will remain open. December 8, closure of inpatient services and new admissions, A&E cases to be stabilized and referred, delivery services to remain open. December 15, closure of delivery services, closure of A&E and discharge of inpatients. December 22, hospital to be fully closed. Nazarene Kudjip Hospital serves about 200 outpatients on average daily and 50,000 in a year, covering not just Jiwaka but the rest of Highlands region. Ruth Rungula, TVWAN News.
Member for Wewak Stanley Samban has raised concerns about the abundant roads in Wewak that still required major works. During question time in this afternoon's parliamentary session, MP Samban said the Connect PNG program has overlooked existing roads in his district and in other parts of the country. The MP noted that Wewak is home to major cash crop distributors and an important wartime historical site. He therefore asked Works Minister Sola Mirisam to explain why roads in his electorate were not prioritized. In response, Minister Mirisam acknowledged the concern but clarified that roads within provincial capitals and districts fell under the responsibility of the provincial governments.
Existing roads over the road from the work na bridge and collapsed. Boron Bridge, 9 years, and collapse never stop. Good Minister may approach him plenty time, but the Secretary Blue. Melagam Assembly said, we talking people will work. Men and Creek Forum, 5 years, bridge and collapse. Time, high flood, the water tight, people long, sundown, greater civic, the civic is excessive.
Road lo Koikin lo Guantap major road contract start lo Wewak go lo Maprik. Been stop contract go this lo contractor. All payments lo mobilization been paid to the contractor. So part contract lo this road. Time we work lo this road, this landslip, na this road to Guantap lo Maprik lo Civic Highway. Part lo this road. So all people blow me law, all Wewak na all Isipik. Pamas away osem road start lo Wewak na finish lo Maprik. Contract iko finish lo one plus China contractor. Contractor mi start lo Wewak. Mobilization fund of almost 3 million been paid to the contractor, and it's the contractor to be on site, start working, so that my department can continue to pay the contractor to continue with the progress of the work.
TVWAN News continues after the break. Stay with us.
For too long, banking has felt out of reach for many. But now, BSP's One-Took Wallet is here to change that. Send and receive money, pay bills, and top up. It's your money, wherever, whenever. Because at BSP, we are committed to improving how our customers connect to our One-Talks, to our family, to the ones we love. BSP's One-Took Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# for everyone.
Hiya, Mama.
You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic kakaruki up a big smile on face. Time cook him chicken, a great kumutu. Sip, sip, the moo yes, magic on you.
Maggi, PNG and Mia. Find PNG made.
We've been traveling along this road together for over 50 years. Ella Motors acknowledges the visionaries and hard work that have been the driving strength to continued nation building. We live, prosper, sustainably grow with the community, whilst developing quality mobility chains, aspiring to be your first choice on every occasion. Ella Motors, celebrating with Papua New Guinea throughout our independence golden jubilee.
Pepsi bottle. Tell him shorty come get it in. Come grind on me, but met it in. Mommy get loose, get loose, get loose. Pepsi in my hand, ice cold, no excuse. I tell him who's gonna bring the roof down. Pepsi with the fresh sound. Tell him who's gonna bring the roof down. Pepsi with that fresh sound. Pepsi, give me some Pepsi bottle. Pepsi, you like it? Pepsi, you like it? Pepsi bottle.
Show the dishes who's boss.
Fight mess with Axion, the tough grease stripper. 100% effective at doing the dirty work. The triple active power breaks down tough grease, and its antibacterial formula leaves dishes squeaky clean. Get tough on grease. Get Axion.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE. For more information on direct and indirect benefits, visit PNG EITI's website.
What a try! They have men, you know. They have men. Super try. Oh, the offloading is magnificent.
Thanks for staying with us. The Papua New Guinea Defence Force, in collaboration with the Australian and New Zealand Defence Forces, has commenced a medical civic action program in East New Britain Province, delivered medical supplies and provided officers assistance to carry out medical operations. A group of joint forces is stationed in districts and villages across the province to implement the much-needed exercise to serve underserved citizens in such outskirt areas. A team of medical personnel and representatives from the Australian High Commission and Defence Forces flew from Port Moresby with medical supplies to Marangan Health Clinic in East New Britain to support the cause.
Marunga Health Centre is located in the Pomio district with a day's travel by road and 5-hour boat ride. The team travelled from Port Moresby and took about 40 minutes to travel by chopper from Rapopo Beach Resort to the remote coastal village. Upon arriving, a team of Joint Defence Forces is already in the district with the implementation of the MADCAP exercise. The exercise also provides valuable training for PNG Defence Force medical personnel and support teams to sharpen their skills and improve their readiness and strengthen coordination with civilian health agencies. PNG Defence Force Warrant Officer Jerry Hai, who is in charge of training the defence medical students, said 11 students are currently stationed in the districts of East New Britain to run the final phase of MADCAP.
We did our MADCAP this morning as soon as we arrived. We managed to treat a total of 14 patients this morning. Most of the other patients from other villages, they haven't come in due to they're really busy down in the garden. So hopefully tomorrow we'll be here all day, so we may get more patients coming in for the treatment. That's the update and latest updates for the result. For MADCAP here, we have 11 students are based in Guma and 3 are in Open Bay. So I have 4 students. I am the one that runs the CFA course up in Goldie. We treat the soldiers that come in, especially the specialists, where we train them on how to give medication, drug administration, how to give injection, how to do stitching, and attend to patients.
Like any other health station around the country, Marunga Health Clinic faces a medical supply shortage. They receive medical supplies every 2 months. The clinic is run by the Catholic Church with 5 staff members operating. The medical supplies delivery is timely to assist the people there.
Our biggest challenge is at the moment with medical supplies. We have been purchasing from the pharmacies. So this is the main challenge.
How often do you get supplies from the medical store?
Area medical store, we receive supply every 2 months. After 2 months, okay, we put in order through there.
Do us make referrals for prescriptions for patients?
Like outstation like this, it's very hard. to do prescribe, and then patient go in town to get. So it's what we do is we purchase from the chemist, pharmacies, and then they come and get supply in the facility.
Despite limited access to basic services, mainly health, the collaboration with the clinic staff and the community has kept the people in good health and maintains immediate referral when needed to Wunapope. Michael Tamtipais, TV1 News.
The Mineral Resources Authority has announced it would provide a better, more efficient and customer-oriented service to small-scale miners throughout the country starting in early 2026. Managing Director Jerry Gary told miners in WOW during the 15th anniversary celebration of the Small-Scale Mining Training Center last week that assessment reports of alluvial mining leases application could be streamlined.
Mineral Resources Authority Managing Director Gary Jerris had instructed his technical assessment branch to cut down the amount of paperwork and produce a one-page technical assessment report for the Mining Advisory Council to deliberate on. For WOW, where most of the alluvial mining activities in the country are taking place, a major part of the MRA's efforts to provide more efficient services has commenced with the official launching of a new office complex.
For 2024, total production long country is making 19 billion kina export value. So mining sector and big plus sector na 5% plus 19 billion kina and become long contribution long alluvial mining sector. So alluvial mining sector a very significant sector, not only because this is 5%, but employ more than 200 to 300 Papua New Guinean man and marine sellers sector.
The office building was launched by the MRA MD and member for WOW Warrior Marsh Narawek as part of the Small-Scale Mining Training Center's 15th anniversary. Plans are afoot to place more technical assessment and other relevant officers in the new office so that applications by miners from WOW would be received, processed and assessed on location and sent to the Mining Advisory Council at MRA for recommendations on applications to the Mining Minister. These will take the burden of traveling to and from WOW and Port Moresby from miners to lodge applications and do follow-ups. Susan Oreape, TV1 News.
Minister for Provincial and Local Level Government Affairs has commended the provincial governments for adhering to reporting requirements and submitting their 2024 annual provincial performance reports to the Department of Provincial and Local Level Government Affairs. 17 provinces have submitted their reports, with Central, Western and Morabel provinces yet to submit. The submissions of the performance report exclude NCD in the autonomous region of Bougainville.
Minister for Provincial and Local Level Government Affairs, Soro Yue, has praised provincial governments for meeting their reporting obligations by submitting the 2024 annual provincial performance reports to the Department of Provincial and Local Level Government Affairs. He highlighted the importance of these reports, which are mandated under Section 119 of the Organic Law on Provincial and Local Level Governments. All provinces, excluding NCD and the Autonomous Region of Bougainville, are required to submit their APRs by June 30th of each year. Yeo emphasized that the national government provides funding annually to provincial governments to enhance service delivery across 6 minimum priority areas: governance, education, health, works and transport, law and justice, and primary production. This funding is crucial for addressing the key needs of communities and ensuring effective governance at the provincial level. By adhering to the APPR submission timeline, provincial governments not only fulfill their legal obligations but also contribute to accountability and transparency of government operations. Freddie Mo, TV1 News.
Francis Isoaimo was declared the president of Vanapa Brown local level government, securing the mandate with over 3,000 votes after the 9th exclusion on Saturday, 15th of November. His victory marks not only a personal achievement but also a powerful moment in the history of leadership within Karakou District, Central Province.
What makes this win even more significant is the legacy that Francis now continues. He is the eldest son of Minister for Energy and member for Karakou, Peter Isoaimo, who began his political journey in the very same region. In 1993, Peter Isoaimo was elected ward member for the Brown River constituency, eventually rising to become a provincial member. Now, after 32 years, his son steps into public office in the same locality. This symbolizes a generational transfer of leadership and commitment to community development. Francis' election represents a blend of youthful energy and inherited wisdom. Residents across Wanapa Brown are positive that the new president will bring fresh ideas while upholding the values of service. President-elect Francis delivered a heartfelt acknowledgement of the people and system that enabled a peaceful and successful election. He commended the efforts of electoral officials who ensured the election proceeded smoothly and transparently, and extended deep gratitude to those who stood beside him throughout his campaign. He assured the people of Wanapa Brown that his leadership would be rooted in inclusiveness, unity and development. As he prepares the lead, many believe his blend and vision, dedication and respect of tradition will guide Wanapa Brown toward more effective governance and improved service delivery. Michael Tamtipais, TVWAN News.
The National St. John Ambulance today presented certificates of attainment to 10 young St. John cadets at the national headquarters at 3 Mile, Port Moresby. This is the first time in 30 years for St. John to train new cadet officers.
10 cadet St. John Ambulance officers who were recruited from Baruni, Tatana and Hanuabada in April this year completed the 6-month cadet training that will qualify them to be volunteers and helping hands on all St. John Ambulance matters. The certificates were presented by the National St. John Ambulance CEO, Tai Kane, and Sir Brian Bell Foundation CEO, Bronwyn Wright. Though the training was reintroduced by St. John Ambulance after 30 years, it had proven successful, as seen in the confidence and skills demonstrated by the cadets. The general perception of young people when they do not make it to the next level of formal schooling is failure. This was the mentality these cadets had before entering the training. After 6 months, they have acquired a totally transformed mindset. Hitola Bobby, a 16-year-old girl from Tatana, dropped out of school after grade 8. Coming to this training had changed her mentality to see life in a positive way. This training cannot happen without the financial support from the Sir Brian Bell Foundation for the initiative of involving young Motu Koitabu youths in this program. Frida Kana, TVWAN News.
And now a look at the finance news. The kina closed lower at $0.2367 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2292, $0.3502 Australian dollars, €0.1897 and 35.29 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, coffee, palm oil and crude oil closed higher. Gold, cocoa and copper closed lower, and copper closed the day unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, AXX closed lower, and all ordinaries closed lower as well. You're watching TV1 News. We'll have news overseas when we return. Stay with us.
Banking doesn't have to be complicated. With PSP's One Talk Wallet, control your money wherever, whenever. Dial *131#, enter your PIN, select cash in or out, and generate a secure code to withdraw cash. It's the only wallet for cardless ATM withdrawals. Send and receive funds, pay for goods and bills, or withdraw cash with ease. All with PSP's One Talk Wallet. PSP's One Talk Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# today.
A
true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, P&G and Mia. Find P&G made.
Hi, with the help of Palmolive Naturals shampoo and conditioner, with these 3 quick and easy tips, I'm going to show you that more natural, beautiful hair is achievable. Step 1, massage your scalp during washing with shampoo. Step 2, apply conditioner to the tips of your hair. Step 3, gently towel dry your hair. There you have it. For natural, beautiful hair, use Palmolive Natural shampoo and conditioner. Have a great hair day.
Long year 2024, 7 pla baby I born one time HIV. HIV I can go long baby long triple rot. Time bel mama I get HIV, long time long carrying baby, na time baby I susu. Tasol Yumi can help him bel mama, long look out him baby inside long bell. Go quick time long bel mama clinic, na kiss him antenatal check. Time Yumi pan him sick HIV area, or time bel mama I positive penis, early treatment I can save him baby. Give him baby healthy start long life. Stop him spread long sick HIV I go long baby. This lutok sawa I come long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
Enjoy life when we work together, making happy memories that last forever. Harem talk young or roll the scale rice family meal with talk. We'll bring out the smiles cause it's a favorite by miles. Seni sigola scale rice low scale price. Seni sigola scale rice low scale price.
But you like him?
Meet YumiPay, your digital wallet from TISA Bank. Your gateway to seamless transactions. Withdraw cash anytime at your nearest TISA agent. Send money to family and friends anytime, anywhere. Top up and pay with just a scan. From taxis to coffee and small businesses, YumiPay makes every payment simple. YumiPay, powered by TISA Bank.
In a country torn by corruption and fear, one man refuses to surrender. Ricardo Dalisai has fought drug lords, terrorists, and traitors. But the greatest threat comes from inside the halls of power. When justice is silenced, one hero will make his stand. Brothers Chapter 5 season premiere, Thursday, 20th November at 8 p.m.
In the coming days, there's a high chance that this system will develop into a tropical cyclone.
Currently a tropical low sitting west of the Tiwi Islands, the system is expected to move northeast before tracking back towards Darwin later in the week, with the probability of it turning into a cyclone sometime between Wednesday and next Monday sitting at 55%.
If you have a look at the tropical cyclone 7-day forecast, you can actually see that area of risk does include Darwin over the coming days.
The strength of a potential cyclone currently unclear, with the Bureau expected to release a tracking map if and when a cyclone watch is issued. If it does form before Saturday, The cyclone will be the earliest on record and will be given a name starting with F. Darwin residents told to prepare for the worst of scenarios.
Have a look at your household cyclone plan. Make sure you're aware of where your shelter locations are. If you are going to shelter or if you're going to stay at home, make sure you've selected where you're going to stay appropriately. Check your cyclone kit.
7 years ago, Category 2 Cyclone Marcus left almost 29,000 properties without power.
The likelihood of loss of power, of being cut off from critical infrastructure with roads being cut and that type of things exists. So they need to be prepared to live by and for themselves for 72 hours.
Information on cyclone kits and cyclone shelters can be found on the Secure NT website.
Parts of Tasmanian's rock lobster fishery have been shut down due to concerns about antibiotics being used at nearby salmon farms. But the closure isn't because of concerns about Tasmanians eating contaminated lobster. It's due to China's strict rules.
Rock lobster season had just begun in Tasmania when fisherman Bryce Way got the news.
At 1 o'clock, we were allowed to shoot our gear in. 5 hours later, we've got a closure already, and boats are being told that in another 6 hours' time, once you lift your gear, don't put your gear back there.
Parts of Tasmania's Dontracasto Channel had been shut down without warning. The closure in response to concerns about an antibiotic being used on farmed salmon.
The issue is the lack of discussion to the local commercial and recreational fishermen.
The two zones affected are in the Dontracasto Channel, one off the coast of Dover, the other off the coast of Bruny Island. With a 3-kilometre radius, they cover salmon pens where florfenicol has been started, 2 on November 7 and a third 5 days later. Tasmanians have been told the risk of eating fish near those zones is low, but a key importer of Tasmanian rock lobster, China, has a zero-tolerance policy for the antibiotic. It was only this time last year China lifted a ban on Australian rock lobster. Now there are fears the latest development will tarnish the industry.
Our lobsters are marketed as from pristine waters, the best seafood in the world, and you've got an introduced species causing us a problem.
The Premier describing the move as an extra precaution.
For safeguarding export market access, given the sensitivities, as you'd well appreciate.
Testing of rock lobster in the Dontracasto Channel continues.
Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese is moving to lock in a security pact with Fiji, as well as a security deal with Vanuatu, 2 months after negotiation collapsed during his visit to the Pacific Island nation. Australia is looking to build on a watershed defence agreement with Indonesia that analysts say has reshaped power relations in Asia and has struck a positive tone on the prospect of avoiding conflict with China over Taiwan. Australia is pushing for treaties with both nations in a contest with China to win over Pacific nations. Fresh from a deal with Indonesia, Albanese declares his government had done substantially more to nourish relations with allies and build new security ties. TVWAN News continues after the break with sports. Stay with us.
Are you ready to meet the best version of yourself? The one with the bright, confident smile? You've got to take pride in how good you look, how fresh your breath smells, and how great you feel. To boss it at work, to be your best for uni, or to catch the eye of that special someone. You've got to brush up your vibe with whiter, healthier, brighter teeth. Brush up for confidence with Colgate.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE. For more information on direct and indirect benefits, visit PNG EITI's website.
Hi. Yes.
Can I get a loan for my PNG contract?
You need to fill out these forms, these ones, and then you can get back to me. Okay?
Hello? Hello? Anyone? Hi, I'm Kenny. Can I get a loan here?
Not here. Not right now.
Hi, I'm Kenny. Can I get a loan here?
Of course, Kenny. I'll take down your details. I'll help with the credit check.
Thank you.
And I'll help with your business plan.
1 car Kenny, 20 car Kenny, 1,000 car Kenny. FinCorp, fast forward your finance from zero to hero.
Mtambo tru lonkarim o salim na simokin, marijuana or all drugs no good ikam lo overseas or some cocaine or crystal meth. Nupla law olikolim Controlled Substances Act 2021 by making sawe lo you lo baim court fine inap money mark inap lo 2 million kina or go life year calabus. This platok sawe ikam long National Narcotics Bureau. One time Halivin, Bilom Australia, Papua New Guinea Law Na Justice Partnership.
Try. They have men, you know. They have men. Super try. Oh, the offloading is magnificent.
We were like rock stars. When you pose nude, people seem to think it grants them ownership of you.
No one who loved a human being would do this. She was beaten that bad.
Nothing can prepare you for that.
It was the biggest news story on the planet. There was so much at stake in this case.
This was a toxic relationship.
Kanye may be a rich and powerful artist, but he's never dealt with the Kardashian legal machine.
Welcome back. Port Moresby's Bicini Diamonds, an iconic venue for softball, faces imminent relocation as plans for the proposed PNG NRL Chief School of Excellence facility advance. The PNG Baseball Softball Confederation has received a verbal notice from the PNG Sports Foundation indicating that the current softball venue will be redeveloped for the NRL Chiefs extension, expected to be completed before 2028.
Have taken place between the PNG BSC executive and the PNG Sports Foundation regarding the proposed relocation plan. It has been suggested that a new softball facility to be built at a proposed venue in Waigani. The new facility is to include a clubhouse, proper training facilities, 3 diamonds, and standard dugouts, with an aim for the new venue to be ready prior to the relocation from Bicini. The PNG BSC has been tasked with developing a building and cost plan which is to be funded under an Australian funding arrangement, with the construction said to take place within a 10-week framework. Despite ongoing discussions involving the PNG Sports Foundation and the PNG Sports Minister's Office, the PNG BSC remains unclear about the relocation plans, as they are still waiting for formal documentation following the initial announcement made early this year. PNG BSC Junior Vice President Ian Soweni noted that they have been formally instructed to continue using the Bicini Diamonds until the new facility is completed. The situation has instilled skepticism and uncertainty within the softball fraternity, resulting in a delayed start to the softball season by a month. With the present uncertainties regarding the venue's fate and the lack of proper consultation among the PNG Sports Foundation, the Sports Minister and the PNG BSC, there is no assurance that the proposed plans will successfully materialize, potentially hindering the growth of softball in the country. Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
Gulf Kamara, Papua New Guinea's representative at the OFC Futsal Men's Championship League, has fallen to their third straight lose today to Mattox FC of Solomon Highlands. Mattox FC claimed a strong 12-5 win over Gulf Kamara FC in high-scoring encounter. Each team entered the match chasing their first win and the intensify, showing heavily with 8 goals registered in the first half. Both teams pushed up and down the court with pace, but finishing let them down in the opening stages. A loose defensive moment from Kamara gave Mattox the space to strike home their opener. The first half was played with good challenge from both teams, pushing to register their first win. However, Mattox FC executed well to lead 6-2 at halftime. Kamara came out from the break with renewed energy, creating several chances, desperate to score. Both teams traded goals in the second half as the intensity of the match grew. But the Solomon Islands proved a better side and registered their first win of the tournament. After making unknown winner Edrix Tapiki their first signing last week, the Perth Bears have reportedly made another signing, landing an international representative from Papua New Guinea.
The QRL Cups Player of the Year in 2024 and PNG International dummy half Judah Rimbu has signed a train and trial contract with the Perth Bears for its maiden season before being promoted to a full-time deal. Previously spending time overseas with the Castleford Tigers, Rimbu will spend next year with the East Tigers, a feeder club to the Perth Bears, before making a switch to Western Australia the following year. The 24-year-old maestro, who hails from Kagwa Erabe in the Southern Highlands province, was slated into the Hello Wigman system while attending Banyagwa High School, where he made his debut at the Digital Cup level in 2019 at only 18 years of age. Rimbu won the Rookie of the Year award when the Wigmen won the Cup in 2020 before transitioning to the Hunters system the following year in 2021. Since then, Rimbu has made significant strides in his development, turning into a dynamic player. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
The Harvey Norman All-Stars will return to New Zealand in 2026, featuring Moiari and Indigenous touch football teams competing at FMG Stadium, Waikato, in February 2026. This marks the 15th All-Stars fixture since its inception and the 8th match specifically between the Moiari and Indigenous All-Stars. The touch football match will serve as a curtain riser to the NRLW and NRL games, setting the stage for sporting excellence and cultural celebration. The All-Stars is more than a game. It's a celebration of Moiari and Indigenous culture, community, and the shared love of sport. This ends the sports segment, and now the weather. Southern Port Moresby partly cloudy, then few showers and possible thunderstorms. Daru partly cloudy with some rain and rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Momase lay partly cloudy to mostly fine periods. Vanimo partly cloudy periods with some rain and rain showers. New Guinea Islands, Lorengau, cloudy periods with some rain and rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Buka, partly cloudy periods, then afternoon rain and rain showers and possible thunderstorms. And Highlands region, Manditari and Wabe, cloudy periods, then some rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Ocean forecast. Coral Sea sees smooth with westerly to northwest winds of 5 to 10 knots. Solomon Sea sees smooth with westerly to southwesterly winds of 5 to 10 knots. Bismarck Sea sees slight to moderate with westerly to northwest winds of 10 to 20 knots. Pacific Ocean sees slight with north to northwest winds of 5 to 10 knots. Coastal waters, waters of southern PNG to Indonesia border to Daru to Kiwa Island, Karamayul Island, Hood Point, Samarai Island to Cape Vogal, and all Milne Bay Islands to Huon Gulf to Finchafen sees 0.5 to 1 meter. And that ends the news tonight. Pleasant viewing. Good night.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by